Hey everybody, welcome to Black Spring. If you're tuning in, hope everybody's having a great Friday. And even though it's Friday, no less, there's a lot going on per usual. So if you are here, thank you for joining me for this segment. And I also will be providing the link for anyone that might want to hop on to this stream. This is a free form stream. So I'm not sure to plug this in. Good afternoon, Chrysler Imperial H. How are you doing? Thank you so much for showing up. Let's see. I did place the link in the box in case you want to jump on. So anytime, glad to have you here. Thanks also for coming in for the very first moonlighting with Black Spring. Let's see. Doing great on this Friday so far. I did want to talk about just a little bit. I guess I just wanted to kind of get like an open-ended, see what anybody's thoughts were on this vote, on this stimulus. There's a lot of buzz around that right now. I mean, a little bit of a rift from Thomas Massie. Yeah, a little bit of reaction out of John Kerry, and it's enough to keep the a little theater going on. Let's see. I know one of my videos today I talked about how some of the airline, I mean not the airline, but the auto industry, how they're revving up. I'm going to place this. Hello, we've got another person tuning in, and it's Ranger 92308 Gaming. How you doing, Ranger 92308 Gaming? Nice to see you on this Friday. Shout out to anybody else that might be listening, or if you're making your way in. Anybody have any thoughts they want to share? Or like I said, there's a link in the box. If anybody wants to chat about anything that's going on. We have Mian Almedia. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys when you kind of tag the thumbs up when you come in on the show, because this StreamYard platform is still new to me and I'm still getting used to. I don't see thumbs up here, but if you guys are doing them, then that helps out a lot. Thank you so much for that reminder. Nice to have you here, Mian Almeida. And of course, feel free to, jump on, and even if you're just stopping by to say hi, you're welcome all the same. And so, yeah, so I was generally, I don't know, just some, comment. I guess I wanted to offer, something commentary on this vote. Oh, nice. I absolutely, Ingrata is her channel is fantastic. She has the most consistent energy that I've seen in a live stream. It's nonstop, and she recognizes everyone. No one gets by her on that show, on that channel. So yes, it's a great place to meet great people. So welcome. Glad we connected. Let's see. Yeah, also, if you guys, I don't know if you could share streams or anything you can do. Like I said, I'm learning some things about this platform and the tools that are useful in this setting. Yeah, I was on there earlier today. Let's see. You said, and that's one of the fastest chats on a live. Yes, if you're referring to Ingrata, yes, I'm. Yeah, I really. It is pretty fast, and she gets through a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, she's. Yeah, I'm. You know, I'm picking up little things that I learned from each YouTuber, and you know how to run something like that. I'm almost thinking she has a staff. You know, like she's like really well organized. I think in order to you know to run things like that. It's pretty savvy of her. Sharing out now. Oh, thanks. Hi, Mike the Ranger 92308. Welcome into this segment of Black Spring Live. It is Friday. And it says, hello, Mike the Ranger from Chrysler Imperial H. So if anybody's just joining in, this stream is just kind of talking about, you know, the stimulus bill, some of the things that are going on, some of the players that are involved. Yeah, just some things that are going on, like a little bit of the economy buzz, some industry buzz. Yeah, because I'm sure everybody has, you know, their own ideas or their own personal concerns and their own personal. Oh, I have somebody right now. Looks like. How you doing?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing? Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Very well. Thank you.
Okay, well, I got the Bluetooth in, so you know, and I know my signal gonna drop, but I did want to come in and just throw my hat in the ring for support for me. I'm about to clock out from work and all that. I'm going downtown and doing shopping while all these zombies are afraid. I'm not.
No. You're all good.
Hello.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for taking the time on your work day. Appreciate it. You're the best.
Yeah,
Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, so are you. Yeah, like I said.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like I said, I know the signal bad down here. I'm down in the basement of my medical facility. I'm about to leave. Like I said, I want to throw my hat in the ring for support for you and all that type of good stuff. And I definitely will be in the comment section. Cause like I said, because I'm leaving here, I'm getting on the train. I know I'm gonna lose all that, so I just want to get my stuff out. I want to say right now. That's all.
Yeah, well, I just want to say to you.
So can you hear me still or no?
Yeah, you're very good. I just want to.
Oh, it's bad.
I appreciate you for being on the front lines and doing all that you're doing.
No, it's bad. I'll come back.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Derek C. Williams. Great YouTuber, great content creator, and he is very important. Very important to everything. So you'll get to know him. Hi, Snapzilla Gorilla. How are you doing? How's things going in your area? Nice to see you here, Snapzilla Gorilla. Everybody. He's another great content creator. Let's see. It looks like I have Derek C. Williams back again. You there? Okay, cool. You're good. Uh-oh. Let's see. I'm listening. I'm standing by. We're standing by, but we're here. Snapzilla Gorilla. I'm gonna be honest. From what I understand, I mean, I understand that Thomas Massie from Kentucky, he wanted to have an actual a roll call, a recorded vote versus. Looks like we have Derek C. Williams back. Hold on one second. Are you there?
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time, ma'am. Is it through now?
Yes, very good. Thank you so much for what you're doing for your role and your courage in all of this.
Yeah, I see in the chat room. I see it right there. Shout out and respect due to my brother, Snapzilla Gorilla. All day, every day. That's my man.
There you go.
Yeah. So you said you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, but like I said again, I'm gonna go and sign out because whatever. I guess the Wi-Fi around here is messed up because I'm transitioning from outside to inside. But I just want to throw my hat in the ring in support of you. I think you good people. I love your style. I love your intellect. All that, and it also helps that you look damn good too. All right.
Thanks a lot. That's nice. That's really generous of you.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So again, we just keep putting out what you putting out, and I'm happy to be in your camp, and whatever I can lend to help out with regards to putting out information and all that other stuff. I'm with you. I'll let you and Snapzilla Gorilla do all the talking. I ain't really no long talking boy.
Well, that's all good. I really appreciate you, and I thank you so much for the support because, like, this is I'm very in my infancy on YouTube and the growth and everything. So maybe it's going to come together. We'll see.
Well, ma'am, it's like everything else. So I think I'll tell it to you like this. I'm sure you know how to drive a car, but at 10 you didn't.
No.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Well, it's like everything else. You're gonna get it. Everybody had it growing pains. I'm very comfortable with looking into a camera and not being shaken. It's gonna come. Take my word for it. It's gonna come.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm just gonna keep going or keep grinding, as they say. I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, you see another thing too. I think one of the things that you have, you see, it's all if you didn't know any better, it's almost like you were trained in media, because you already got everything you need from what I see. You seem very polished.
Oh, well, you're very. Well, I mean, I'll tell you about that one day.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, like I said again, I throw the full weight of my YouTube channel in support of you. You keep on keeping on, and like I said, whatever I can do to help out with regards to passing on information, I'm all for it. I love my country, but I question this government. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I mean, I'm telling you, like I don't know, it's getting, the clarity is not. I can see that there's some shift even on me. Like something stirred up a little bit, like lately, and I think it's real. So I understand exactly I'm tracking what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, look, you take care of yourself here. I'm gonna see you around YouTube, and I'm gonna stay in the chat for a little while till the signal drop again when I go underground. All right.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for your support, and take care out there. And we appreciate you for what you're doing. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm signing out from the so-called alleged birthplace of freedom. All right. You take care.
Okay. Thanks so much, Derek C. Williams.
All right. Salute.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So I have Aurora Martinez talk about uplifting people who are so down about their pandemic and our political leaders, what they're doing for us to feel safe in this country. Hang on just a second. I'm sorry, I'm buffering a little bit, but I'm going to keep reading your comments. Thank you, Aurora Martinez. If I'm not pronouncing that correct, I do apologize in advance. It says, we come to a place because of the pandemic, virus, we have to stay a little distance from each other. I mean, we are all living in fear. Well, I hear you, Aurora. And I will tell you this platform is not I never want to project anything like fear. I think there's enough of that. And I think I don't want anybody to feel like that, that you're getting that here. It's, to me, it's more of a control mechanism. And all I can say is all we can do is be as prepared as we can be. And, we can be vigilant in many ways without the fear factor. And we can do a lot of things, but on this channel, I'm not doing the mainstream media kick. I'm not doing it. Dave Durango, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. Rangers shouting out. Social media, Valhalla TV or Valhalla TV. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. And I'm hearing that Boston is getting a no shelter. And Aurora, I understand you just, yeah, well, thanks so much for coming in. It's like we need a place, we need places and we need spaces that we can be, that we don't have, the fear mongering going on. Hang on just one second here. I want to Brockton stand up, Massachusetts, bred Dave Durango. I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn the lingo so I don't, not so awkward here. Buck Spring, thank you for dropping into my stream last time. I'm going to be back. Okay, sorry, I don't know if anybody's still there, but I appreciate the patience on that. But I may need to restart this thing. It seems like it's going a little nuts. Okay, so Snapzilla, how you doing? Snapzilla Gorilla is down with us. Yes. Dave, got some shout outs for Derek C. Williams, Dave Durango, shout outs. Okay, I'm back on, guys. Not sure what happened there. Sorry about that. Chrysler Imperial. Okay, I'm going to read this. This is, I know everyone's like chilling out, except we're living like zombies. But I speak from experience when I say I lost Sergeant's sister I've known since third grade a week ago. I'm sorry to hear that, Ranger 92308. Another friend in Salem, Oregon has it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's see. Prayers and blessings to you and to the family. My condolences. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Technology good when it's working. A headache when the signal problems arise. Yes, I I was actually thinking I wasn't going to be, it was just going to be lost altogether because it looked like I had maybe an internet problem. But just for kicks, I'm not trying to promote anything. But is anybody here familiar with HughesNet? Has anybody tried that service? Because I'm thinking I need to get rid of. I think I might need to make a change because I'm on one of the more, I guess, one of the establishment or one of the more well-known. AT&T is what I'm dealing with right now. And I think it's time. I might need to make a change or take some risk and try something else. Let's see. There's thanks at Derek C. Williams. Okay. Looks like you haven't. Oh, you says no, you don't want it. Okay. Well, I'm not. Is it AT&T or the other? Yeah, I'm just having. It seems like, everything was working well for a while. And then all of a sudden, the promotion went down and so did the service, This is because they only offer a limited amount of internet. Okay. Fair enough. I appreciate you for giving me that honesty on that because I was thinking I was going to make that switch within the next couple of weeks or so, but I'll stay where I am and just see if they can't work up the customer service or the service order a little bit better for me. So, but let me get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about the vote, and from my understanding, and I would like to see, I will tell you guys right away that it seems that even the whether you're listening to more conservative news or if you're looking at more right-wing news, all of that has been I'm not getting any of those notifications. It's like all my notifications are scrambled eggs. It's almost like, you need to package what you're doing a little differently, I think, just to not get lost in the algorithms. I'm not sure. I did read the disclaimer that they were doing that, I guess, more of a computer-based system, or I don't know, can I dare say, an artificial intelligence type of, device is actually, managing what's going on right now on YouTube. So I'm not sure, I'm not getting, but let me get to the point. From what I understand is that Massie wanted an actual recorded vote in which they ended up having to do, yays, nays, or present. And of course that would have caused, of course they would have had to physically go in, that's what he wanted to do. And that would have held up the bill. I think he ended up being the only one that was in support of that. And so that's what my understanding is. So I think he was defeated, which I will say this, Massie is still a relatively new congressman, but to me, to me, Rand Paul, I do believe I believe he's absent. I do believe we have some Republicans that are not present because they're either quarantined on some level. And I think basically, he was, doing his own, he was channeling, I guess to me on some level, kind of a Rand Paul, because I will tell you that Rand Paul and Thomas Massie has a very high constitutional voting record. That's what I do know. And it might even be higher than Rand Paul's. So I know that he talked about his argument was for, I guess, for fiscal responsibility, which he said if it was only for, I'm paraphrasing, by the way, so don't fact check. You can, but I'm telling you where I stand. If it was only, with the unemployment benefits and maybe the things that were really necessary. That was his position on that. Which the other thing is that I haven't seen. I mean, the bill, this newest bill, but I will tell you that I don't think this is, Pelosi signals that there needs to be a fourth bill. And this is basically just the beginning of spending. So I think that this is going to come up again. I really do. Let me share out some of this. Either it's their tube, a part of a life online. Okay, I'm trying to share out some of these things. Hi, Snapzilla. Yeah, but I think it's going to come up again because, Nancy in her press conference yesterday, she's like, think big, Chairman Powell says, the interest rates are low. So she's ready to just spin. And I don't know. Nobody's really, the only thing, what I can say is if he challenged them on a fiscal, responsibility thing, that he is in the minority because, most of them have not challenged they challenged what was in it, not how much it was going to cost. And what it's going to do to what we already have is a ton of debt already. And if they're talking doing another bill, which I would imagine that bill is going to be more than that. There you go. Snapzilla Gorilla, transgenerational debt slavery increase. Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't, because she's signaling it's not going to end by saying that there's going to be other bills that are going to follow. I mean, she even mentioned, of course, I think she said that she basically called out what she didn't get. She didn't get the increase in the SNAP program, the food stamps. She didn't get that increase. And like I said, I don't have a copy of the bill. I will try to find one. As I did go through the one before this one, and there was so much stuff in that bill. I couldn't even, it's just, and I think I even heard that there was a $25 million pay raise for the Congress in there. But, here again, for one side, what have they actually done? What have you actually done other than they've spent more than 25 million on all of these hearings and, impeachments and, inquiries, and they've spent their 25 million. But unfortunately, if they didn't get it, then that means the other side, wouldn't be getting it. But I'm just thinking, just both equally, I think the Congress is irresponsible. They are fiscally irresponsible. A lot of things that they pass, they don't have the powers. They don't have the powers to pass most of the stuff that they pass. So there's that. Got a few more shout outs coming in. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming in. And here we go. Ranger 92308 Gaming. Honestly, they've done nothing but try to get rid of him forever. Absolutely. And I'm saying, to me, and he still has a whole bunch of, as they say, there's still a bunch of rhinos around. And, I'm just not sure. I don't really recognize it. At times there gets to be, it's a fine line between who's who, especially when it comes to their, they're not upholding their oath of office. They're not. All these programs, they basically subcontract other people to end up making laws, or to, they just, everything, there's an attachment to everything that they come up with. And it just keeps going. It's a generational program that's always going to need yield money. We've done this before. We've gone through some constitutional index on many of these senators and many of these House representatives. Nancy Pelosi has an 18% constitutional voting record. Chuck Schumer, 15%. Most of them, if I made a 15%, if it made 15% on a test of any kind, then, at least I still think that's a failing score. Or 18%. It's failing. And it's not just about fiscal, responsibility. It's just it's government, these government programs. They just keep growing them and growing them and growing them and growing them. And they're loving this. They're loving this time that we're vulnerable, because it's like, oh, well, we're going to take care of you. Come on over. We're going to take care of you. And meanwhile, they charge Trump with lining his pockets from The View. Sorry, I won't go there. But they're lining their own. They're funding their own agendas and donors. This is an election cycle, so they're kicking back something for their interest groups, and they project slush fund for anybody else. Well, if it's slush, then get rid of the slush, take it out. But you're adding things. You're not cleaning up a bill. Let's see. Ranger 92308 Gaming says, I'm hoping America will give them a taste of their own medicine and say, oh, our votes don't count. Well, we're voting you out of office. Let's see. They have to wake up. I mean, it's just, there's just so much propaganda. I mean, propaganda history, propaganda education, propaganda. See, Ranger, you got a shout out from social media, the TV. If I'm getting that wrong, I'll get it together. See, Ranger is back, says, I will say, when they said they were upholding the Constitution, how is not letting the defense cross-examine their witnesses upholding the Constitution? Right. The hypocrisy is, it's thick. I'm just thinking they've got to have some type of, I don't know what corporations what corporations are they, partnered with, because it just does. I'm not sure who they are working for. Like Nancy keeps on talking about PPE, and they kept, just like, these are buzzwords. And I think those are some of the things that you have to, that those are actually clues. Whether you're looking at a law or whether you're looking at an agenda with them, anything that they're repeating, I think there's a, it's something to watch. It's a flag for something. But this is interesting to see how this is going. And thanks so much, everybody, for coming in for this segment. But it's going to be interesting to see how everything, if things start to turn in the next couple of weeks, because you have the auto industry, they're making plans to come back. I think GM might be one of the ones that are not quite on board. GM. But right now, I would imagine that some other people would come out. I did hear something about the truckers, something about trucks, a certain state that they're claiming that the trucks don't want to deliver there because they're so afraid of, pandemic and stuff. Let's see. I'm going to plug this in. They are the swamp money pit Trump was talking about, and they are scared. Well, yeah, it's pretty deep. I agree with him. Like, I think he was quoted, like, I'm trying to paraphrase him from the last time he mentioned them. He's like, oh, I didn't know this swamp was as deep as it is, but yeah, it's certainly deep there. But I mean, in many cases, some people have even drawn it down. Like, do you want to save lives, or are you trying to save the economy? And I don't think that's a fully loaded question. Yeah, but I will say, I also I read an article today, or I heard that that even Starbucks CEO is reopening like 42,000 stores in China, since their virus, I mean, their situation is starting to ease. So there again, you know, it's the capitalist, you know, they need to, it's a cycle. They need things to go down so that they can be profitable. They need to suppress third world countries in this whole globalization deal. Let's see. Welcome back, Dave Durango. Hi, Dave Durango. Nice to have you back. I guess you could say that I'm in a self quarantine. Yeah, I guess. Well, or maybe not. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I am. I mean, to me, I'm just kind of following whatever the national, I'm following the national lead, but I'm also keeping an eye on, you know, what's going on in my area. I'm on the West Coast. So I'm not going anywhere, in which I think I've heard from some people in the area or that live north of me that, you know, people that were trying to, I don't know, if anybody that's trying to go out to the beach or whatever right now, you're going to get a citation, or you might get, you know, whatever, you're going to get something. But I'm not doing any of that. I just go to the store if I need to go. That's the extent of my quarantine right now. And yeah, so that's pretty much how I'm doing things around here. I will say my grass needs to be, there's a bunch of weeds. There's a bunch of weeds around, and I need to make that better. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but I can go outside. There's some sun out today, but it's been a little bit cool around here. Does anybody else have anything else? I didn't really cover a whole lot. I tried to get to some general things. Just, I guess it's more of a reactionary kind of a thing. But yeah, I think, I mean, I gave you your Pelosi and the dosage of Pelosi, I guess, if you could stand that. But no, here's the other thing. She almost, in her little, you know, spiel on the floor, I guess prior to them passing this bill, you know, she was starting to virtue signal and start talking about, oh, well, the children, oh, when I look at families of it, and okay, so she almost said immigrants, or, you know, she was talking about kids that are graduating, and she caught herself before she said, when I think of immigrants, and she had to stop and restart it. It was that close on her tongue that she was going to say that, rather than graduates or kids that were going to graduate. She was talking about the families. She's so quick to say, she's too ready to say families of immigrants, that she's having a hard time talking about the dreams of Americans. Isn't that ironic? Yeah, it's not ironic. But I'm just telling you, that just shows us where she is. She's primed, she's groomed to talk about, you know, immigration, or to pity or you know, or to give them a victimhood, you know, prime them for victimhood and her narratives. She can't even get out. She can't even talk about the American people. She can't even talk about the American dream anymore without almost slipping into talking about them. And if you see it, it's at the very end. I'm sure it'll happen again. I mean, she's up in age. Maybe I'm giving her a pass, you know, but I don't think that's a coincidence. You know, of course, a lot of kids have been, you know, unfortunately, they're not going to get to finish out their school year. They're not going to get to do their regular graduation ceremonies. Let's see. I'm going to catch up here. It says, it's wonderful here from Dave Durango. This is Ranger 92308. I have to laugh because Mexico closed their border to us. Here's your sign, America. Hi, David Furman. Nice to see you. Let's see. Okay, and yeah, so yeah, but you know how funny that is? It's funny you mentioned that, Ranger. You know, they demonized Trump for so many months, probably a year or two of over many times. All they ever say is he's racist, he's racist, he's racist, he's racist. But you know, since this pandemic has happened, you know, all of these heads of state have had to walk back. You know, they had to go retreat into hypocrisy because they were talking about, you know, oh, it was, you know, it was racist to have borders, and it was just, you know, it's been interesting to watch Trudeau, you know, walk back his stance on that, because I think he ended up saying that, you know, it would be open to the Americans would be exempt from their closure, as well as, you know, ambassadors. But I'm sure even in Europe, their borders are closed. Italy, France, they've closed their borders, and there's been more closures. But, you know, and I think they don't realize that their hypocrisy, not just domestically, but on an international scale, is going to come back. It's basically propping Trump up for winning. He's winning his arguments for re-election. You know, you're going to have to walk back. You know, you're walking back just about everything that you've said, whether it's on economy or whether it's health. You're having to walk it back. And even with this pandemic and him being on the news, you know, they cannot figure out how to spin things when it's just live and raw footage right there. You know, they need to figure out how they can, I guess, get him off of that, because, you know, his approval ratings going up. I think the you know, the con is losing steam. Ranger 92308 Gaming says, I agree. So yeah, that's about the spiel for today on this subject. But I thank everybody for coming in, unless somebody has something else. I will just, I guess I'll just leave you with this thought. You know, generally, you know, the country was basically built on capitalism, and it basically is how we run it's how we keep the society free in many ways in the markets. But then, you know, the socialism that the left actually wants is what's going to keep the government's hand on everything. And that's why they're loving these moments of this pandemic, and they're loving the possibility of having the feds print more money and subsidizing, you know, the left coast or the bookends, New York and California. They're loving that idea. Cuomo just came out and said how they failed, and that's not nearly enough money. And so I guess we'll just stay tuned. And I appreciate everybody for showing up for this segment of the live stream with Black Spring. Everybody have a great rest of your Friday. Take care.